2 days late, but we have us a Shiryo update. So let's get into it. Let's talk about it and determine what the developers at Shiryo have for us today. Now, they hyped this thing because they wanted to say, oh, we've got something special, something really great for you to see, and something we wanted to show to you, and we just didn't have it ready on Sunday, so we'll give it to you on Monday. And then Monday came, and we'll give it to you on Tuesday. And so Tuesday came, and it finally arrived. So let's get into it. First off, the first thing really is they start off with what they call as bad news. And bad news probably because it's going to slow down development or change development a little bit. I don't know the answer. But the intern Tomat, who we don't really know who Tomat is. Tomat could be the bug under the floor or the rat running around. And maybe it's Tomcat and they just called him Tomat. I don't know. But anyway, so they've had a developer leave the team, and they're spreading out his work to other people, his or her work, because we don't know who Tomat is. So anyway, and then they go into this long explanation of what they're doing as far as, the development, everything, creating cards, which kind of like they're not really. I don't understand like clarity, and I'll get into that in a minute because I'm about to get ahead of myself. So they're creating cards. They're talking about what they've developed and kind of some of the animations. And they give us, like, if you're reading the announcement, they're giving us low definition card profiles. But we've had high definition card profiles already. So why are we getting a low definition card profile? Are they, again, I'm about to get ahead of myself. Anyway, so they're working on card animations and things going like that, and I'll say this, that the freeze animation looks pretty cool. I've seen it, because if you downloaded the zip file, and I'll show you here. I'll actually show you a video here in a second that takes this into account and actually shows you some of what it might look like in actual gameplay. Again, all low definition. And all the cards and everything that they've shown us are in low definition. And it kind of... Again, I'm about to get ahead of myself. Whew. Before I just absolutely just like get ahead of myself and just blow what I'm trying to talk about out of the water, let's just jump into it, get into it, and talk to you about what it is that I'm doing, that I'm working on. So, or I'm not working on it; they're working on it. So this is what I'm kind of thinking. All right, so here's the board that they've shown. All right, now this board doesn't look, from a 2D perspective, doesn't look too much different than what we've already seen. We've seen this board before. But this is a 2D version of that board, not a 3D version. And everything on here is low definition. Now, we know this is Gaia. We've seen Defender cards. But all of this is like low definition. So I'm not sure why they decided to show us a low definition of cards that we've seen before. Are they changing the specs? Honestly, in my opinion, it looks like they started completely from scratch in coding this game. It just looks like they've completely started from scratch. So whatever code base they were using, they scratched it. They've taken some design implements from the previous code base and have implemented that. But it just, from this picture, just from this, it looks like they have started from scratch. And the bad part about this is, in this low definition instance, these cards look better than the Shiryo card. Than the Shiryo logo over here. Why is that? Why do these cards look better than these Shiryo cards? The back end of these Shiryo cards. Even in a 2D low definition perspective, why aren't these better looking? Just curious. But anyway, let's play the animation. They're going to show us an animation part of the game. Again, we want to see alpha gameplay. We don't want to see this. So why this? I have no idea. Anyway, here we go. Here's the gameplay. That's what they've shown us. They've shown us a card getting locked and then unlocked. So they're working on something. But we've seen in previous videos from Shiryo, we've seen better gameplay, more animation than that. So they've been working on this game for, let's just say since they started changing things, or started over basically 6 months ago. So in 6 months, we get this. That's what we got in 6 months? I'm confused. Because if we go to look back at other videos that have been posted by Shiryo, that have been featured on this channel, we've definitely seen better videos, better animation. I'm confused. Lucy, you got some splaining to do. Because, they're going to have to get on the ball. They're going to have to get on the ball. If this is all they have to show us for 6 months of work, not even any attributes, they don't have anything, on cards that we've already seen. So that tells me they're redoing all the attributes. Now, here's where the question comes in. If they're redoing all of these cards and redoing the attributes of these cards, what happens to the cards that have already been minted and opened? Do they change, or do they issue new cards? Again, I'm confused. I really think we're going to have some major answers from the Shiryo team, because this is not good. I literally sit here in front of you absolutely thoroughly confused about what Shiryo is doing right now. And a lot concerned. And again, as I said in my last video, if you think that I'm fudding a project, You're wrong because, again, as I've said, if this project doesn't work out, this channel pretty much goes away. So, do I want to see Shiryo succeed? Yep. Is this the way to do it? Not in my opinion. Not in my opinion. I know coders. I know software engineers. I know people who have designed live gameplay. And this is taking way too long. And I'm talking about teams that have built games on multiple platforms at the same time. We're just talking about a web-based game right now. You're not even... It's not even to the point of even talking about mobile. It's web-based. Sure, it has to integrate with a wallet, a crypto wallet. But you could show alpha gameplay without being connected to a wallet. But we're not even there yet. We get this. I mean, I get it. The team thinks that, oh, we'll show them this. This will be cool. Show us what? You really didn't show us anything. You talk about it, but what are you really showing us? In my opinion, you're showing us that you really aren't doing the work necessary, or you're not providing us the information we need to know. This isn't a 75% done game. It's not. It's not a 75% done game. A 75% done game, we could play alpha. And if you're sitting there saying, oh no, we gotta have it 90% done before we can play alpha. Why? If it's 75% done, then all the gameplay mechanics are there. Maybe some graphics have to be completed. But if all you're waiting on is graphics, dadgummit, throw some specs in those cards. Show us some actual gameplay. And then let those that are alpha game players play it to stress test it. And actually play it so that they can see how it plays, so that they can talk about it to the crypto community, to those that are game players. Because at this point, Shiryo, all you've done over the past 2 years is act like a cryptocurrency and a company that's not going to last long term. And if you think that I'm lying, if you think that I'm not being accurate in that information, go look at the Discord channel. When Shiryo first came out, and for a year afterwards, the Discord channel was hopping. We were talking about it. We were doing projects, kicking things off, having some fun with it, enjoying the community. And now I go into the Discord channel. And it's crickets. Absolute crickets. So why? Guys, get on the ball. Or just shutter the project. If you're not going to do it, just shutter it now. If you're just like not interested, don't care, shutter it now. I think I've said enough. Frustrated at the team. I just don't know what to say anymore. Maybe Sunday's update will be better. I doubt it. Probably be some of the same old. They'll show us some 2D graphics that took them 6 months to design when it should be complete. Like the game really, if it's really 75 to 80% complete, then it should be playable. Alright, guys. I'm not going to hold my breath for a good Sunday update. I hate that this is not turning out the way they want it, that it should. But I'm not in control. I just report the facts. See you guys later. Peace out. Be blessed.